golden rules of using Twitter are the same as they are for every other social channel. You need to know what's going on. Remember that if you've got 1,000 followers on Twitter, that's not the same as 1,000 listeners. So how many of those people are actually reading and acting on what it is that you say? So you can go and buy 10,000 Twitter followers, but if you can't take those people and send them to your shop to spend money, there's no point in having them. You can only take money to the bank. So what you need is you need to find people that you can really engage. You need to find people that you can have some kind of dialogue with, and you need to know that you can send those people where you want to send them. To my website to read an article I've written, to your website to read an article you've written, to your shop to spend some money, or to promote you in the business community. Because if they're just listening and not doing anything, then they're not really worth very much to you. You might want to set up a compressed URL that you use for each tweet that you send out, so something using Bitly or Owly or the Google URL compressor, because when people click that, they add to the stats for that. So then you can see that if you send this out to 1,000 people, 20 of them have clicked it. Now that may be good, it may be bad, it doesn't matter. What matters is that you have a marker against which you can measure your improvements. So if you try a different tone of voice on the tweet, or a different time of day, or a different content, or whatever it may be, you'll see that it's engaging more or fewer people. And if it's engaging more, you say, well, okay, that's how I need to do that from now on. And it's a process of elimination. And you want to just drive it forward, so you go from 20 to 30 to 40 to 50 to as many of your followers as you possibly can. Again, I don't want to hear about you. So it might be that you share news articles, it might be that you share world events, it might be that you share business information, it might be that you tell jokes. Probably a combination of all of those things. But you must always make sure that you add value. The old adage, whiff 'em, what's in it for me? You must consider whether or not the reader of the tweet that you're just about to send will think better or worse of you as a result of reading that. If they think, what a waste of time, I don't care that there's a queue for coffee in Starbucks, well, you can only do that so many times before they don't read your tweets anymore. But if they read it and they think, that was fantastic, I'm really glad that I invested 5 minutes in following that link and reading the article that you sent me to, that's great, because they'll think more highly of you, and then they're more likely to read the next tweet that you send out. So always, before you press send, think about, is this strengthening or weakening the perception that they have of me?